Good morning. Just going for a drive in the rain today. I think this lake is Voila. It's kind of dirty actually. And I just drove over a dam there. But this lake is full of wild swans. Like I saw lots as I was driving over the dam. It's kind of cool. This isn't even on my map, so I'm gonna go and check it out. Well, I can't seem to get any data here on my phone, so I can't check how to pronounce the name of this town. I was just driving through and saw this. Decided to pull over. It's Sighișoara, I think is the name of the town. But I don't know how to say it. And this is some kind of old fortified evangelical church, which according to the sign is open, but it is not open. So I can't go inside, but it was kind of worth pulling over to check out. And yes, I did try the door, because you never know. This is kind of interesting. Some do's and don'ts with renovating. Kind of like this, it's like, yes, you can have this roof, but you can't do that. Well, I suppose it makes sense. It is a beautiful town, actually. Some very nice buildings. Well, I've been driving along this little road for a while now, and every single one of these tiny towns has one of these fortified churches. There are so many of them. And it's really like stepping back in time. I just drove through a huge military base. It was like rows of barracks, and there were lots of vehicles, and there were tanks, and obstacle courses, and firing ranges, and I think an artillery range that you could even see targets on and stuff. It was amazing, actually. It must be their primary training facility. But there were signs everywhere saying no photography, so I didn't take any pictures. There were also people patrolling the highway, and there were lots of like little lookout towers along the highway, and they had like dummies in them dressed in fatigues. It was pretty cool. This town is Appold, or Appold, I'm not sure. This church is particularly nice, but closed on Mondays. I'm now in Sighișoara, and it's already cost me $2 to park the car and use the bathroom. I haven't even seen anything yet. These are the streets of old Sighișoara. In Sighișoara, this is the evangelical church on the hill, dating back to the 13th and 14th centuries. I don't think the church is open today. It's a Monday. It's not open all that often anyway. Just a little disappointing because there's a crypt apparently in there. It's one of the few Romanian evangelical churches with a crypt. This is a cemetery at the top of the hill. These are the scholars' stairs.
There. You guys don't want to go?
It's a great place to walk around for an hour, and I say an hour because I only paid for an hour of parking. So heading back to the car. Old Town Sighișoara is pretty nice, but it's also a tourist trap. There's like a dozen museums and there's lots of gift stores and restaurants. There's an escape room. Most of the buildings are hotels or B&Bs now, but it is beautiful up there. Coming out of Sighișoara, I passed a whole bunch of hitchhikers, and I was kind of wondering about what the laws are on hitchhiking, but I managed to pick up a bunch of tailgaters, and so as I was leaving town, there was a roadside pullout, and I pulled over to let all the cars pass, and there were a bunch of women standing in the pullout, and I thought, oh, it's weird, that they're so underdressed today, and they looked cold. And then I thought, they're stupid. They're wearing impractical shoes. And even after all that, it still took me another 5 minutes to realize they weren't hitchhiking. But it explains a lot, because as I was pulling over, there was a horse-driven cart going by, and the family in that cart gave me the craziest look, and they were all like glaring at me, and I was like, I'm not gonna pick up any hitchhikers. I guess now it all makes sense. We saw this from the highway. Looks impressive. And it's open. I'm at the Rupea Fortress. It's actually got 3 fortresses, an upper, a middle, and a lower. And they're built over various centuries from the top down. There are no lights in here. There's nothing in this room. I'm actually just really impressed with how much of this is open. This is the chapel. There's not much in here, just a lot of graffiti on the walls. The original walls were built in the 14th and 15th century, but they've been rebuilt several times in the 17th, 18th, and 19th centuries. This is the original gate tower, which dates back to the 13th century. guess this was a typical residence. There's a lot of just rock in this room. Would make home decorating a little difficult. There used to be more of these buildings or houses squeezed in here. And if I had to guess, that was probably one. This was probably one. This is the Peak House, which was built quite a bit later, probably on the site of an old keep. All of these were originally houses, a whole row on both sides of the stairs. And then there used to be houses through here as well. And the sun came out now that I'm leaving.